Hi guys, and welcome back to some more Old School Runescape. So there has been a lot of things going on that most people probably have no idea has been going on. So first and foremost, I have actually brought this series over to the main channel. Before, I had an Old School Runescape channel which was going to be all about Old School Runescape, but people were really enjoying the stream, so I brought it over here. So with that being said, there's probably going to be a lot of different things going on with it. First and foremost, I'm streaming a lot of these progressions. So if you've missed some sort of progression from the first episode to this now third episode and are wondering like what happened, how did this happen, it was probably in the stream. So I'll keep the streams in this playlist as well, but yeah, there's usually quite a few streams that are going to be getting thrown into the playlist on top of it. But on top of that, we have some work that we got to do. So one of the things that you guys might have missed is I got 99 range. I think I show that. I'm pretty sure I show me getting 99 range. Yeah, I get 99 range, but I have gotten 84 prayer, and I have actually 90 prayer banked right here. And then the other thing that I've been doing passively is I actually got 90 farming. So I've been keeping up with doing farm runs. I've been doing magic trees, mahogany trees, and I just started doing redwoods, but I've had herb runs and fruit trees and all that other stuff. Like, I'm trying my hardest to try to keep up with these runs, and they're expensive. They're very expensive. Usually one run of just magic trees will cost me about $1 million, which is not great. But if I can keep it up, I think, let's see, I should be starting to whittle down on how many I need. So I need 542 more magic trees, or what is it, 333 redwood trees. So if I'm doing redwood plus magic plus mahogany, like and then palm trees, I should probably in the next like 2 to 3 weeks, in an ideal world, start nearing 99 farming. And if that's the case, once I hit 99 farming, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably just going to stop farming in general. The only reason why I would continue to farm is to try to get the pet, and like that's just something that I can do passively. I'll look at like how best to get the farming pet, what I should plant and where, and then I'll just kind of do that on the side as I go. So hopefully in the next like 2 to 3 weeks, we'll stop spending a ton of money on farming. I probably have spent from 78 to 90 right now. I've probably spent roughly around 20 to 25 mil on farming alone. So that's been a big spender, but let's just reset these. Despite the big spender, we're still keeping our stack relatively high, and we're still getting some upgrades. One of the upgrades that was not shown in a video, and it's crazy. I did some really crazy things. First and foremost, I sold the Dragon Hunter crossbow. That's gone. I'm keeping the tag because, you know, it used to be my pride and joy. It was my baby. But second, I sold the Dragonfire Ward, which I don't have the tag for that anymore. I don't know why, but I sold the Dragonfire Ward. And then I also had a Dragon Hunter Lance for some time, but I sold that. And then I bought the Osmund's Fang, which is now my most expensive single item. It is, what, 48.1 mil? Yeah, 48.1 mil in a 176 mil bank. So it's pretty much like 30% of my bank, I think it is, somewhere around there. So we got that as an upgrade, but we also have the Bandos Tassets as an upgrade. We're still rocking the Fighter Torso. I still need to organize this. Listen, if you guys have any organization suggestions for how I can do my bank, I am all ears. My bank is hideous right now, and I really need to organize it. But that aside, there's a couple of things that I want to try to achieve in this video. First and foremost, with my passive leveling, I'm at 93 strength. By the end of this week, I want to try to hit 95 strength. So if I end up, because this is third episode, I haven't even edited the second episode. So if I end up hitting 95 strength, it'll be tagged on to the end of this video. But I also want to start trying to work on getting the Bando's chest plate, which is 25 mil. And if you saw my cash stack prior, you will see I have 4 mil. So I need to make 21 mil. And this is something that I thought was going to be really, really fun, and I think I'm going to try to do it. If you go onto the Old School Runescape wiki, let me pull it up here. So if you go to the Old School Runescape wiki, there is a money-making guide. And this is something that I wanted to try because I thought it was going to be really, really fun and really, really cool. I want to start going through this table and seeing if these are as good as they say they are. So now, obviously, some stuff I'm not going to be able to do. I'm not going to be able to kill next. I'm not going to be able to do the Tombs of Damascus. I'm working on Tombs of Damascus right now, not the expert, but the regular. I can almost solo a normal level raid, so I'm getting really close. It's just I need to tune my raiding capabilities. Obviously, I can't kill the Phantom of Muspa with the Twisted Bow. I don't have a Dragon Hunter Lance to do that. I don't have the Slayer for the Hydra, nor the... I have no idea how to even go about starting being able to learn the Fasani's Nightmare. Now, I can do killing Commander Ziliana, but I've already tested this one, and I'm not going to do it. Because it suggests using either a Twisted Bow or an Armadillo Crossbow, which I don't have either of them. So because I'm not able to get either of them, the Armadillo Crossbow being the closest thing that I'd be able to get, but that is still 42, almost 43 million gold, we're not going to be able to do that effectively. Killing General Grardor, same deal. I would need some really good stats, and I would probably need somebody to go with me, so I'm not going to be able to do that either. We're going to try pickpocketing elves. Then we're going to go pickpocketing Vyres. We're going to open Eclectic Impling Jars. We'll kill Vorkath with the Toxic Blowpipe. And we'll do... I could do the killing Zulrah, but I'm not very good at Zulrah. It assumes 20 kills per hour. How many Vorkath kills does it assume? 22 kills per hour. Okay. So we'll go with crafting blood runes. So we have 5 different things, I guess you could say, that we're going to attempt. So the first thing is we're going to try pickpocketing elves. Now this is something that I have already done a little bit. I haven't done an extensive amount, but I do have the rogue equipment, and I do have the ability to cast Shadow Veil. I don't know why it's suggesting 93 herb lore, but it is for some reason. And I do have the Ardone Hard Diary done. So we are going to do a couple of things. First and foremost, we're gonna go see a house dude. I think the closest house dude that I can get to. I know there's one in Varrock, but I'm gonna run to the dude in Falador because he's kind of closer to the teleport location. It's just right here. We're going to... I think we can move our house to Prifidinus. Yes, for 50k. So we're going to move our house to Prifidinus. So that's 50k lost right there. But if this is to be trusted, this should end up proving to be really, really beneficial. So now I need to get my rogue equipment. And then I think it is the Arceus spellbook for Shadow Veil. Let's see. It said 47 for it. yeah, Shadow Veil. So I need Earth, Fire, and Cosmic. What is the combination of Earth and Lava? Yeah, we'll just do this. I have plenty Earth and Fires. Okay, put that there. Put those away, and then I need dodgy necklaces, which I obviously have plenty of. Put that on, and then we need to finally... Actually, we can just go... Never mind, I forgot I switched my spellbook already. But we need to finally just go to our house. And exit out, and we're right in Prifidinus. And honestly, we're right in a good area too. There's a couple of different NPCs that we can go off of. I think Mithrelas is the best. I forgot to use Shadow Veil because, you know, intelligence. But now we're just gonna sit here and we're going to pickpocket. I have the timer on, so we're at 23 minutes right now. I'm going to go for until about 2:23, and then we'll check back, see what it is. If I get anything decent, like I know you can get an eternal crystal, or eternal teleport crystal, I'll throw that in there. Alright, so as we start getting closer to this thieving level, but not only just a thieving level, we're closing in on the hour mark. And I wanted to kind of talk about my process, what I'm going for, and why I think this... Oh, there's 87 thieving. Why I think this is on the money-making table. So, as you can see up in the top right, I've had about a 38, anywhere from a 37 to a 38% chance to successfully pickpocket here. And I've not gotten anything too special. Obviously, I'm only 87 thieving just now, which the minimum level to pickpocket elves is 85, so the higher the thieving level, obviously the more pickpockets I'll be able to manage. But what I'm thinking I'm supposed to be going for right now is the Eternal Teleport Crystal. Jesus, come on. And the Eternal Teleport Crystal, I'll pull it up here. No. What is it? Gosh. Diddly damn. Not the weapon seed. Enhanced Crystal Teleport. Right here. We would be going for this, which, you know, would be great. That's 2.3 mil, 2.4 mil, which, if you can see, they're saying you should, that's where the main money is going to come from. But if you actually look at the rarity, the elf is a 1 in 1024 chance to give it from pickpocketing. And despite being here for quite a while, I actually had tried this method previously, and we have like 10 minutes or so till we are done with the hourly rate. But if we look at, where is it? No, I think it's just this. If we look at this, I'm at 313 pickpockets. Now again, I don't have the highest thieving skill by any means, and I probably am really hurting my money per hour because of this. But over 300 pickpockets, and I've only made 101k, and that's not a lot. Now obviously we would have to double it because we're getting double the drops, right? So I've made 201k, 202k, give or take, which doesn't seem right because I have more than that in my inventory. Or no, yeah, this is right, but we just have to double the cash stack. That's right. So I've pickpocketed about 315 elves, 316 elves in an hour. I gotta pay attention. I gotta go heal. And so this is the reason why I moved my house to Perfidinis. I have the construction level where I was able to boost all the way up to the ornate pool of rejuvenation, which restores everything. So it's allowed me to be able to sit here for a lot longer. But if we look at this, they're saying about 450 successful pickpockets an hour, which I'm nowhere near that. I'm 300, a little over 300, so I'm about 100, 150 short. But even then, I still haven't seen anything too crazy. I think it would have to ultimately come down to getting that teleport crystal. And if you got that teleport crystal, I imagine if you're at 99 thieving and you're able to get 450 or so pickpockets an hour, and you're getting you have the full rogue outfit on, so you're getting 2 eternal teleport crystals, and it's just making you like get a ton of money. Like every 2 or 3 hours you get an eternal crystal drop. I think that's where the money comes from, because even on here it says 99 recommended. I still don't understand what the 93 is for, honestly, but so I mean, theoretically I could see how this could be this kind of money, but unless you're at 99 thieving or a very high thieving level, I don't think this is necessarily a viable method to, you know, make money. It's not going to give you that 2-ish mil an hour that it said. What was it? 2.3 mil an hour, right? 2.6 mil an hour is roughly what it is saying that you should be getting. And I don't know, unless I get lucky in the last like 10 minutes here, last couple minutes, I really don't see me getting anything more than about maybe 200k an hour total. It's very unfortunate, but I think that's just the reality. Now, with that being said, the next one is also going to be thieving, and I'm also only going to do for an hour, and I believe it's going to be the same thing. Now, we're going to be going for the pickpocketing Vyres, which it still recommends 99, but they are 3 levels lower than the elves, so I should get a better success rate on these. I might not get 720 an hour, but I should get something relatively close. So we're gonna shortly swap over to them and see what we can do. I don't think there's any way I can put my house anywhere near them. I think the closest place that I'd be able to do it is if I go to the Theater of Blood and then run south. I think there's a place where I can pickpocket, but I'll have to double check. I'll have to see like what kind of is around and where to go for it. But obviously with this method what here that I'm doing, it makes it very, very nice having my house here, because I can do the redemption prayer, get a little bit more per run, and sometimes she gives wines, which is kind of nice. They're obviously not expensive even in the slightest, but you can take the wines, drink them, get a little bit of HP, and then just drop the jugs, which is what I've been doing. So I can take one more hit, and there's that one more hit. So yeah, I would love to say that elves were a good option, but we have about 5 minutes. 5 minutes of elf pickpocketing left before we hit about an hour here. I really don't think, unless you're at least 90 plus thieving, that it's gonna be worth it. And I have been here for quite a bit. Prior to this, I had tried pickpocketing elves in the past. That's how from 85 to 87 so far for thieving, I've done nothing but elves, which I think this will give me it. Yeah, there we go. I've done over 2,000 elves, or almost 2,000 elves, and I have not yet gotten an eternal teleport crystal, which tells me that, you know, this drop rate, whoop, that's the blood shard. This drop rate is seeming like I should be getting it any time now. Maybe I'll just go until double drop rate. So, 2048 elves pickpocketed. We'll go for that. We'll see what we can get. But yeah, here's my total amount that I've gotten, and then just double the cash stack. And that's from 85 to 87 so far. So it's not really that great. And being almost 2 times the drop rate of the eternal crystal, enhanced eternal teleport crystal, whatever it is not very fun. Oh, I need to use Shadow Veil. So here's a quick time lapse of the elf pickpocket going up to 2048. Alright, well, there it is. 2 times over drop rate. I'm at 2048. And, no eternal crystal. Whatever, the teleport thing, which kind of sucks. It took me like an extra like 5-10 minutes to... about 10 minutes to do all the way up to double drop rate, which, again, if you look at it, it's a 1 in 1024. I just didn't get it. I have terrible luck with this, apparently. But, you know, it is what it is. So next up is going to be pickpocketing fires, which again is going to be very reliant on getting the blood shard, which I believe the blood shard is a 1 in 1500, which is even more rare. So we're going to be trying our luck there. However, for right now, let me take these out. For about an hour's work, we made about 250k, which is far less than what they say it should be. So It's a little unfortunate. I wish it would have been a little bit better. It would have been nice to see the eternal, the teleport crystal thing to drop, but you know, what can you do, as they say. Because I also used about 15 dodgy necklaces. Oh, Jesus. Note them. Which costs 21k, so about 220k profit. Excluding cost of, like, cosmetics and stuff like that. So, not ideal, not great. I would have liked to have seen more, but there's not much more we could have done to help improve our odds. So now I'm going to heal up, and we're going to head over to the vampires. Okay, so I already tried one, but we're here. Hollowed Sepulchre is right here, and they're suggesting to utilize this one right here, Valencia von Pitt. So I'm gonna spend about an hour and a half here, see what kind of drop rate we get. No. Seriously? Okay, so coming back about a halfway through, half an hour in, and there was one stray Firewatch, or like one stray like vampire that can actually attack you that somehow managed to get even remotely close to me. And while I was loading into, where is it? The Hollowed Sepulchre, it hit me, and I had low enough health that it hit me one time and I died. That's some bullshit. And I'm gonna steal that rune full helm. So I'm about a half hour in, as I said, and we've only pickpocketed 195 times successfully, which in the grand scheme of things is not very much, you know, just throwing that out there. They say you should be able to hit 720, anywhere from 720 to 722 pickpockets an hour. Oh, good lord. The amount of stuff here. So, one thing's for sure, out of all of this, if you want, what was it? It was in the food, right? If you want some, rubies, that's the word that I was looking for, then, this is a good way to get a crap ton of rubies, man. I've just been getting ruby drops like crazy. Put that away, and then we need to just take some food. Did I put on the full rogue outfit? I did. We're good. Alright, let's go. I don't need that much food. So I'm gonna go back to doing some pickpocketing. See what I can get. We're gonna see if we can manage to get a blood shard, because I'm fairly certain the blood shard is the thing that's supposed to quote unquote make this a money maker. Oh god, there's a bot here, I think. Alright, so as we start getting close to the hour mark, we should be, yeah, probably about 5 to 10 minutes off, I'd say. I'm finding the same thing with pickpocketing Vyres as it was for elves, and that's the entire money per hour stems entirely from getting lucky with the shard. I have gotten a plethora of rubies. I've gotten 34 rubies so far and 8 diamonds. But at the end of the day, it's still not really that great money per hour, which is very unfortunate because, you know, I was really hoping that I consider my account starting to get into a little bit of the later stages of the game because, you know, I'm almost at 80 base stats entirely, and so I was thinking, you know, maybe some of these would be a good alternative to going and killing the Vorkath or the Phantom of Moospa or Slayer or anything along those lines. And it's very upsetting, I guess you could say, that it's nowhere close to what it says it is, and you essentially need 99 thieving for any hope of getting any kind of decent money per hour from pickpocketing buyers, which again really sucks. I've gone through about 10 dodgy necklaces now, so the success rate, I mean, it's obvious, it's up in the top left corner, is obviously a lot better here than it was at Elves, but it's still not great to the point where I'd be like, you know, this is where you'd want to go for a consistent kind of method. I am stunned more than I am pickpocketing, and I mean, that much is obvious from the rate. But you also have to keep in mind, every time I get stunned here, it's another 3 seconds added on. So one stun, theoretically, is actually worth 3 seconds or 12 ticks, I think it is. I think it's 4 ticks per second is the norm. And so I'm spending 3 times longer stunned than I am pickpocketing. So it sucks. I mean, for thieving, would I still be doing these guys? Probably. They're still significantly better than going to the Ardougne Knight, even though the Ardougne Knight is faster in most aspects. The potential, I guess you could say, from Firewatch or the vampires and the elves is just too high for me to not want to do it, especially because, like, the teleport crystal from the elves is something that I want to get anyway, so if I would get it in a drop, then it would be something like, ooh, you know, I'll sell one and then keep the other, and then I make a little bit of money, but I also save a little bit of money in the same time, you know what I mean? So that's gonna be my last one. That takes us to roughly about an hour at the Vire thieving. All in all, if you double the cash stack, roughly about maybe 250k, 230 to 240k an hour without a blood shard drop. One chance? One. Nope, there it is. I got 1 HP. I gotta be careful. And I don't have a teleport. Whoopsie. So yeah, it could be better. It could be worse. It could be better. Like I said, the potential to be able to get something decent is there, and I think that's where the appeal comes from, if that makes sense. So next up on the list is opening eclectic impling jars, and this is something interesting because I've already done this, and I don't really need to go and do it again because it's decent money, but it's very RNG based once again. So They're basing it off of getting 3.5 mil from 20 clues. I'm gonna show you my collection log because I have 52 medium clues done. Where is it? No, not that one. Here we go. I've made 1 mil in 52 medium clues. Now, I've gotten 2 master clue scrolls from it as well. Like, okay, sure, maybe the master clue is worth something. Out of 5 master clues, I've made 1.42 mil. The average that I was getting from the master clues was roughly around 300k, which means that it would add 600k roughly to the medium clue, which would bring it up to 1.6 mil for 52 of them, which would mean I would need to do 52 clues in an hour. Or if you would divide it by, I guess, 2. Because it's assuming about 20 clues per hour. If you divide it in by 2, I'm still only getting about 800k an hour. And that's not including the cost that it took for me to buy the eclectic implings in the first place. And if you look, it's saying an input of 500 implings, so 2.4 mil. So 800k an hour for 2 hours still is not getting me the money back for the eclectic implings. Now, am I still going to keep working on them? Am I still going to keep doing them? Yes, I have a plan for a couple shorts. You'll probably have already seen one of them, or we'll see it here soon. But it's kind of sad how off this is basing it on. Literally the only reason, yeah, here we go. The very rare ranger boots make up 62.2% or 67.2% of the loot. If you don't get the ranger boots, the profit is negative 645k an hour. And what really kills me is from medium clues, there's stuff that is very, very rare and at the same rarity as the ranger boots, i.e. the boaters. I've gotten 2 blue boaters and where is it? There was another one. I thought I had another one. I thought there was another. But the headbands are also the same drop rate. Oh, there it is. And then I got a black boater. Still the same drop rate as the ranger boots. So I was hitting that table. I was getting close to being able to do that table, but I just didn't manage to pull the ranger boots. So it's very upsetting, very sucky. I'm sure if I would do a ton more of them, I will eventually get the ranger boots. And then if I average that, because the ranger boots are incredibly expensive. So if I average that after I get the ranger boots drop, maybe it hits around that money mark. But just for a general sense, opening eclectic impling jars is not necessarily the money per hour that they're saying that you should be able to get. So that moves us on to killing Vorkath. Now, I have killed Vorkath a significant amount of times. I have over 935 kills on Vorkath, and I can tell you that this is pretty close. I don't have to go do it. I don't have to do anything. This is pretty close. If you sell the superior dragon bones and you alch the alkables and everything else, sell the seeds, even with your inputs, it's still pretty spot on. It's roughly usually about 2 to 2.5 mil an hour. And then if you do manage to hit the very lucky like skeletal visage or draconic visage or whatever else it is that you manage to get, it does end up giving you that little extra like 200 to 300k an hour. But yeah, it is a very viable method, and 22 kills per hour is something that is able to be done very, very quickly. Alright, so for the last money making method. Again, this is something that I know I have done this many times, but not through this method. They're saying go to the blood altar in Darkmire. It might be faster, but I prefer the more AFK for the route that you can go. I don't think it's quite 70 per hour, 70 trips per hour. I think you're looking at more like 50 trips per hour, but you're still making about 1.5 mil, and this is using blood essence. You wouldn't be using blood essence. It's a very AFK method. I've done it from 85 rune crafting all the way up to 88 rune crafting so far, and it is a very, very nice AFK way to do rune crafting, and that's to go to right here. You need like 100% 100% Arceus favor, which is relatively easy to get, but you just mine dense essence, you make it into the like dark essence stuff after you like chisel all of it and stuff like that, and you take two inventories worth up to the blood altar, enchant them, and then you run back down, you repeat the process, and I think it's more around like 1.2 to 1.5 mil an hour. What they're saying to do is go to, I want to say it's in Darkmire. I don't actually know where this is. So they're saying use the colossal pouch, essentially. Which, and then the blood altar. Gosh diddly darn it. I'm clicking all the wrong things. The blood altar is this long ass run to get to it. And I don't know, you could use the abyss, and the abyss would make it faster. But again, it's like, you know, I don't know. They're saying that you get something out of it. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't like this method. It's very much more click intensive. It's very much more, you have to be paying attention. And I don't know, you can go to the blood altar in Korend, get relatively the same effect, and be AFK with it, which in my opinion is 100% better. Oh, sorry, it's 77. I've done it from 77 to 88, so 11 rune crafting levels. So in my opinion, it's better to go with the blood altar in the Great Korend. And like I said, you're going to be making roughly around 1.5 to 1.7 mil an hour doing the blood runes in Korend. I wonder if they would actually even have it on here. Blood runes through the abyss. Yeah, no, they don't even have Korend on here. So, all in all, it's very upsetting to see that really the only consistent money-making methods right now are Vorkath or Moospa, and those are only consistent because of the drop rates that the regular drops that you get from it. So what can you do? But we still got more that we got to achieve on this episode, so we're gonna start hammering out some strength levels and probably a little bit of Slayer. I don't even remember what my Slayer task is, if I'm being honest with you. I remember getting it. Oh, I gotta, let's sell the stuff that we got from pickpocketing. There we go. Alright, so what was my Slayer task? I don't remember. Oh, I got to do a couple more Baron Specters. Alright, no big deal. So, I'm going to start knocking out some Slayer. Another thing that I'm going to be looking to do probably passively as well is I'm going to start trying to finish up getting 80 base stats all around. I need 1 crafting level, 2 hunter levels, 3 agility levels, a mining or 2 mining, and a smithing level. So what? 2, 3, 6, 8, 9 more levels, and I'm at base 80 all around. So that's pretty good. So that's another thing that I'm going to be passively working on here as we go. Ooh, this is exciting. A superior aberrant specter has spawned. The only thing annoying about superior spawning is a lot of the time you'll still get attacked by the non-superior variants, making it hard to attack the superior. Alright, come on. I've killed many superior enemy slayer monsters recently. What's the chances for the goods? 1 in 760. I've not killed 760 superior enemies. That's okay. I don't think I'm gonna get it, but it would be cool. And if you guys are wondering what I'm talking about the imbued heart or the eternal gem. Both are very expensive, especially the imbued heart. It's like 41 mil. Nope, we got a whole bunch of junk. Nice. But we got about 37 more aberrant specters to do, which should be pretty quick. When I came here earlier, I completely forgot that I could bring my Asmutton's Fang, and it's actually surprising the XP difference that I'm getting. With the Dragon Scimitar that I had earlier, I think I was averaging like 45k experience an hour. And with the Asmutton's Fang, because of how accurate it is, I'm averaging almost 80k experience an hour. And it's like, yes please. Which means I'm doing this twice as fast, just about, as I was earlier. So that's pretty awesome. Hi. My cat decided that she wanted to come up and say hi too. Hey, sweetie. But yeah, I will definitely take double the speed. The only real reason why I haven't been doing a lot of Slayer training for my combat, or combat training for Slayer, with Slayer, whatever, this is like the first of like 10 tasks in a row where I could actually use melee. I'd gotten a Phantom of Muspa task. I'd gotten oh my god, I've just been getting all the tasks that you would like want to either barrage, like the Dust Devils or the Necreals, or you would need to range, because like range is the preferred method. And if you don't, you're there for an extra hour. So like, I'm actually really excited that I got the aberrant specters. One, because, you know, I can actually train my melee a little bit, and I have a long way to go before I hit 95 strength. But two, I'm also very, very glad that I can, you know, get some herbs and some good seeds. I already got, this is my second Snapdragon seed of the task. So I've already made quite a bit of money just off the Snapdragon seeds, and then I'm one of those weird people. So a pretty big tip for any of you who get a whole bunch of herbs, either from farming or because you have done like an aberrant specter class or what class task or whatever. If you have a bunch of herbs and they're not herbs that you would normally use for herb lore, and you got them for little to no money, instead of just selling the cleaned or the grimy version of that herb, take the extra like 20 minutes, I think it is, to decant it into an unfinished potion. And I say this because if we let's go the ones that I do a lot. Torstal, grimy Torstal, 3,426. Clean one, 3,461. The unfinished potion, 3,540. And it's pretty much like that for every single herb. So if we go Ranar, look at this. It's about 150 gold or more per herb. That's not how you spell dwarf. Like it's 100% worth the extra 20 minutes. Having like the dwarf weeds, and like you sell them. Say you got 100 dwarf weeds, that would be like 90k or whatever. You could bump that up to 110, 120k. You know, like it's really, really nice to do, and it takes very little time. And I'm sure, like, especially since, you know, this is a video, and for some reason, by the way, I gotta thank you guys. You guys have been absolutely already all over Old School RuneScape in my series on it, and my main progression. Oh, the back is tight today. But, you know, you guys have been absolutely killing it with coming in and showing some love on the videos and stuff like that. So, you know, if that continues to happen and the channel continues to blow up because of the Old School RuneScape series, I actually have some ideas for other series that I want to do on top of the main series, which I'm probably going to start looking to do here soon. Just because a lot of the main progression stuff is going to start coming down to spending a lot of time just AFK, like to get wood cutting up or to get mining up or even crafting. You know, there's going to be a lot of downtime. Same thing with rune crafting. So I'm going to probably start working on a separate series here as we start getting further into 2023. God, it's so weird that it's 2023. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm going to leave it to be a surprise because I want to say it's relatively unique. As far as I could find, nobody has done the 2 or 3 different ideas that I've come up with, and each one is a pretty daunting task, but you know, I always put myself into insane positions where I have to do daunting tasks. It's just normal. If you're new here, you expect it. I do insane things. I have ideas and it's like, oh my god, that's insane, and then I realize how insane it is, but I'm in the middle of doing it, so I do it anyway, and then everybody's like, oh my god, you're a masochist. I'm not a masochist. I just like to push the limits. Okay, there's a difference. And that's what I'm gonna do with Old School RuneScape, because after a while, after some time, we're gonna get to a point where my main cannot progress any further. When the time comes, that's not my notes, that we finally complete the Inferno, and which is the goal for this Old School RuneScape series, is to complete the Inferno. By that time, you know, that could be the end of this year, that could be the end of next year, who knows, but I don't want to just go with one series and then call it. I love this game way too much. Like I said, I've been playing this game since it came out in 2001. So we have plans in the works. I'm not putting them in my notes on purpose because I pull up the notes all the time. So I'm gonna finish up this task, and then we're gonna go get another task, and then depending on what that task is, we might switch up what we do for a little bit. So see when we're done. Alright, there we go. Our task is done. Rune Avento, very nice. And our new Slayer task is Fire Giants. Well, I mean, I can still train melee off of them, but I don't know if I'm going to do my Fire Giants right now. That's kind of a really boring task that is like nothing exciting happens from it. I don't even think there's an upgraded Fire Giant variant, which makes that even more upsetting. So the next thing that I'm going to work on is, I think I'm going to lose my sanity a little bit. I think we're going to go do some agility. I think I'm, you know what? No, I'll do some agility in my spare time, but we're going to go do something a little bit crazy. We're going to give it a shot, and I think we're going to give it a shot every single episode until I do it. And you might be asking yourself, what's this king guy talking about? What's he gonna do? What is he doing every single episode until he does it? Well, I'll tell you once I remember what the fairy ring is. AKP. We're gonna do a Tombs of Amasket run. And now you might be thinking to yourself, well, King, why is that like special? Why would you be doing like what's the point of that? I can almost do a full solo Tombs of Amasket run on like 150, 160 without dying. There's mechanics in it that I need to get a little bit better with. There's some stuff that I 100% mess up on, but I've started to get really solid with it. If you guys haven't been seeing the streams, I've like been really doubling down on trying to learn Tombs of Amasket, and if I can manage to start being able to do Tombs of Amasket solo, then that's probably something that I'm going to spend quite a bit of time doing, because I want to get that purple in my name, right? Like that's one of the goals for the account here, is I want to get the purple in my name. So we're gonna gear up, and we're gonna move into it and see what we can do. And I'll kind of show you guys where I'm at as far as the Tombs of Amasket goes. Alright, so I need Arhrim, then I need my trident. The amount of times that I brought in something that wasn't my trident is upsetting. We need that, and we need the blowpipe. And then we're gonna need the Bando's Godsword for its spec. Actually, you know what? I never used the Bando's Godsword. I'm not gonna bring it in. I'm gonna use the space for more supplies. I'm gonna decant these real quick. Bring in 2 prayer potions. I can make more if I need to. A stamina potion, a combat potion, and then we're gonna, whoopsie, do the old, god damn it, the 3 brews and 1 restore. And then before we go in, I'm going to drink this and drink this. Eat up real quick, and then eat the angler. Brew restore, let's go. Alright, let's give this a good what for. I'm gonna go straight for the puzzle room that I think is the dumbest in the game, and that is the monkeys. I absolutely hate these monkeys. I really, 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 really hate these monkeys. I think this is probably the worst room in the game. Which sounds kind of like crazy, because like, in the game, in the raid, there's a whole bunch of rooms in the game, in the raid, and like there's a whole bunch of different things that can happen in it. But I don't know, this doesn't seem like it's a puzzle room more than it's a room for it to just be overly difficult for absolutely no reason. Okay. I gotta turn off auto retaliate. Something that I learned hardcore and very fast in raids is you cannot have auto retaliate on. If you do, you essentially shoot yourself in the foot. I also marked the volatile monkeys because the volatile monkeys kept kicking my butt. If you just shift right click, you can tag them. There we go, that should explode, good. So for this room, the thing that I've come to do is I try to take a little bit more time on this, and I try to kill all the thralls each wave before I let the wave move forward, because the thralls can really start to add up. I should have killed this guy instead of that mage, but oh well. Okay. Come on, volatile monkey. Blow up. There we go. Alright. Kill these cursed baboons. No, stop. Yeah, just killing all the thralls before letting the wave move forward just makes it so much easier to manage. Because otherwise you're just surrounded by like 50 or 60 thralls and it's like, oh my god, I'm going to die if I don't do something. I guess I could have shown what invocations I have on prior to jumping in. I have on a diet, which is why I have all of the Cerebrus on me. I have every invocation on for the crocodile. I have Mind the Gap on for Baba. And oh wait, no, that's not the right thing to do. You guys get this. And then I have like 2 or 3 different invocations for different like things, and then I have the hey, let's try to get through this really fast, well, relatively fast, with a 40-minute timer, and then if that doesn't go through, that doesn't go through. Like, I'm not gonna stress about it and be like, oh, well, I didn't beat this in 20 minutes, so I'm gonna just, you know, leave and come back. And I have it so that even if I don't get it, I'll still be over 150 for a regular mode, not an entry mode. Because there's nothing worse than putting the time and energy into a regular mode, and then it turns around, it's like, oh, by the way, you get an entry mode now. Okay. There we go. Get you. Get you. Yeah, there we go. Come here, first baboon. Did I get him? Yeah. The cursed baboons are like the second ones that I focus on, because the venom that they leave everywhere is just terrible to try to deal with. Oh, hi, volatiles. I didn't realize we were going to be moving on like this. I think this is the last wave. Alright, let's take out these shamans. Let's take out this baboon. I mean, they're all baboons. What am I saying? Yeah, I think this is the last wave. Get rid of you. And honestly, we can turn that off now. Because these little guys don't really do all that much damage. They're more obnoxious than anything. I think this was my cleanest go at this room. Alright. Give me these, thank you. Alright, on to Baba. I think this is Baba. I'm pretty sure it's Baba. Am I still boosted? And nope. I think this is the only place where I ever use my Bando's Godsword spec, and I don't know, I just don't see a reason to do it with the Fang right now. Because I can just do the spec, and it... Oh, that's not good. Ow. It's a guaranteed hit. Or not a guaranteed, but... pretty for sure hit. Don't hit me. Ow. Oh, balls. That's not what you want. Oh god. I'm gonna have to tank it. Oh, okay, or I'll fall in. I was all over the place there. That was bad. Okay. I hate the ball part. I've never liked the ball part. I'm a go through and through. The ball part is the only thing that I have an issue with. Like, if you have someone with you, it's alright, but like, I won't even do the thing where like he throws the balls faster and people are like, oh well that's easy, like you can still do things real easy with it. It's like, no, like 17 damage at a cap does not make it so that it's a viable thing for me to reliably beat. Okay, he's gonna kick me back here in a second. Did those monkeys already open up the sarcophagus? God damn it. Yep, there it goes. Really? We're gonna go in the exact same spot again? Really? Well, there you have it. That's gonna do it, because I'm not gonna do this again, because if I die again, that means that I have to pay for my stuff back, and I'm not paying for my stuff back. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna continue practicing this. Hopefully I'll be able to do that much better here soon, and we'll be able to start getting some completions of Tombs of a Masket under our belts. So I will see all of you guys next time. Bye, guys!